Dogman fans, we need to talk. We've all been discussing Dogman Big Jim believes, especially now that we've seen the cover and the fact that those very suspicious Space Cuties are back. But let's be honest, something's not adding up here. The Space Cuties were always a little weird, sure, but now they've got invisibility tech and they're back just as the city is changing and nothing is how it should be. I think it's becoming pretty clear that this isn't just another goofy villain plot. I think there's way more going on beneath those adorable faces. So today we're digging into the big question. What do the Space Cuties really want? Let's get into it and subscribe if you love Dogman. Okay, quick recap. If you don't remember, the Space Cuties first appeared as these sweet, floating, ultra cute aliens that kinda try to take over the world. They weren't exactly the definition of evil, but they were something. It was actually them who made Sarah go full-on chibi, and I'm interested to see where that goes in this book. Regardless, we kinda just wrote off the Space Cuties as a classic Dave Pilkey joke. You know, adorable aliens that accidentally take things way too far. But now, they're back, and this time they're not just zapping people with cuteness, they're bringing new tech, new tricks, and potentially a new mission. Here's where things get interesting. The official teaser for Dogman Big Jim Believes says nothing is how it should be. It also drops this line, can Big Jim's positivity and innocence help our heroes? So that raises a big question. Why would positivity be such a weapon unless the villains are feeding on negativity? Here's my big theory, the Space Cuties aren't villains, but victims. Think about it, what if the cuteness tech wasn't created by them, but used against them first? Maybe Chancellor Chibi and the gang were once just regular aliens, but someone or something brainwashed them with this ultra cute energy, and now they think it's the only way to fix other species. What we're seeing might not be evil, but their own kind of way to take over the world. You see, they probably don't want to destroy Earth, they think they're helping it. It's like, oh no, your world is messy and full of feelings? Don't worry, we'll make everything sparkly and emotionless and perfect. It sounds kinda off when I say it out loud, but maybe they think turning the world into chibis is a good thing. I probably would've thought it was cool when I was 6 too, not gonna lie. But let's talk about the new twist, Chancellor Chibi's invisibility invention. If the Space Cuties already had emotional control through cuteness, then invisibility could be their next step in taking over without people even knowing it's happening. No more giant laser blasts, no more flashy transformations, just slow, silent changes. Imagine Dogman and the Super Buddies fighting shadows, not knowing who to trust, while their friends start acting weirder and weirder, or cuter and cuter. Honestly, that could be one of the wildest arcs the last few books have seen. And you know what? If we really want to play into the positivity and negativity aspect, maybe this invisibility idea isn't just physical. What if it's emotional invisibility too? Characters start feeling ignored, unseen, like their feelings don't even matter. That would hit especially hard for someone like Big Jim, who's always trying so hard to be helpful and noticed. But here's where the emotional part of the story kicks in. The title of the book makes it very clear that the story is about believing in yourself, and Big Jim is certainly the emotional center of it all. He's been through a lot, witnessing the passing of his parents, being laughed at, locked up in jail, but somehow he's still optimistic. He still believes in friendship, forgiveness, and fun. What if the reason he's important in this book is because he can't be controlled by the Space Cuties? His belief in others and in himself makes him immune to it all. And maybe, just maybe, he's the one who has to save everyone else from being cutified. Could he be the chosen one? By now, it's definitely possible because Dave Pilkey loves to subvert expectations. And how cool would it be if the goofy, lovable sidekick ended up being the emotional rock that the entire team needed? But alright, here's a curveball. Let's say the Space Cuties aren't trying to take over Earth. What if they're just here for one thing, a specific character? It could be Dogman, it could be Lil Petey, the epitome of cuteness, but what if they're after someone like Molly? Yeah, Molly. She's kind, powerful, and leads with compassion, kinda like a mirror to Chancellor Chibi's fake kindness. What if she becomes a real target and the cuties see her as either a threat or a possible recruit? Plus, her Mecha Molly form might be the only thing powerful enough to resist the invisibility tech. That's why she's so important. But if we're being honest, maybe she wouldn't complain about joining them either, considering she's kind of the forgotten fourth member of the Super Buddies. Let's remember though, this book is also featuring the baby versions of Big Jim and Grandpa, which on the surface seems funny and cute, but we all know that Mr. Pilkey doesn't do anything by accident. This can once again be a great way to explore the backstories of our favorite characters. It's going to be really cool to see how the story digs deep into who these characters are underneath all of the chaos. Maybe the Space Cuties' whole plan is to erase pain by erasing memories. But as the story says, how does the past help shape the future? The gang is gonna have to remember everything, even the painful stuff, to stop whatever's coming. So, what do the Space Cuties really want? To control? To heal? To find someone? Maybe all of the above. But here's what I think. The Space Cuties want emotional perfection. They want to create a world without sadness, anger, or messiness, but at the cost of free will, at the cost of real friendship, and even emotional growth. And the only way to stop them might be by embracing those messy feelings. The world isn't all sunshine and rainbows. I mean, if anyone knows that, it's Petey. That's why Big Jim, Dogman, the Super Buddies, and everyone else has to believe in themselves and each other more than ever before. So, Dogman 14 is shaping up to be one of the most emotionally deep and sci-fi crazy books in the whole series. We've got invisible villains, emotional manipulation, baby flashbacks, and the possible chosen one in the most unlikely place. But what do you think? Are the Space Cuties misunderstood or just plain evil? Do you think Big Jim will save the day, or will Grandpa take the stage? And what do you think that invisibility tech really does? Drop your theories down below in the comments because I love hearing what you all think. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss my full breakdown before and after the book drops in November. Thanks for watching, and as always, Big Jim for the win.